Good morning and welcome back to another episode of the Travels of Red Rover. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Corinne.
And we're standing on Ruby Beach.
We're on the west coast of Washington, and we're just in the edges of the Olympic National Park.
And today we're going to go for a walk along this absolutely beautiful sea-sack beach, and we're going to do some iPhone photography with the Moment lens.
So we're going to show you some of the beach, give you some ideas of some nice ways to frame up your travel photography and have a good memory of your visit to the beach.
And we hope you enjoy it very much, and let's get started.
Well, it's a beautiful morning. We're out here at the Olympic National Park on the west coast of Washington. And today we've stopped at Ruby Beach to have a look, and we got a beautiful low tide so we can get lots of walking in. Shawn's out here with his iPhone camera, and he's added a Moment lens, and this is a 58mm lens.
So what it does is it expands the capability of the iPhone quite a bit, and for a day like today when we're not shooting in the best light, it gives us an opportunity to get some closer images, and it also allows us to compress the landscape a little bit without having to carry around our large DSLRs.
So it's a great handy travel camera if you're out in less than ideal conditions for those awesome landscape pictures, but you just want to have a record of where you've traveled. You can use this Moment lens and the associated case that goes on your phone to hold the lens in place.
Yeah, it's actually really quite simple. So there's really two parts. There's the lens, and then there's an iPhone case that we keep on all the time. Since you normally almost always carry your iPhone with you, it's very easy just to add the lens. You stick it in your pocket. It's got a nice little bag that protects it, and then it goes on the phone very easily. And it really does allow you to get the equivalency of a nice low-end DSLR without having to carry it around in your pocket.
And you can combine it with some of the apps that allow you more camera controls as well, so adjusting ISO, shutter speed, that type of thing. And as well as having cases for iPhones to attach the Moment lenses, there's also versions for Android phones as well.
And I should point out that if you use the Moment app, you can actually take the photographs in RAW as well as JPEG, allowing you a lot of flexibility in terms of developing the image later on.
When you come up to the Pacific coast, make sure you bring sweaters, rain gear. This is not the California beaches that you might see in the south. And it's also a good idea to either wear some sandals, you don't mind getting wet, or wear some good boots that let you walk through some shallows, because there's lots of little streams running into the beach from the forest, because it's a rainforest, and we have plenty of water heading out to the ocean. There's a number of beaches along the coast of Western Washington that are favorites with some of the photographers. So a couple of the favorites for photographers are Shishi or Shai Shai, Second Beach, Ruby Beach where we are today, and Rialto Beach. And so if you're looking to come out and do some interesting beach photography with some sea stacks, check these out when you're in the area. Along these west coast beaches, you get a lot of wood that gets deposited on the shore. Forests come right down to the shoreline, trees fall into the water, they get weathered and pushed around in the storm winds. As you can see, some of the driftwood has provided some pieces of material for artwork and displays, so it's not very natural looking right in here, but you can sometimes find some really nice wood that makes a nice foreground image when you're doing your photography. It's one of those situations I was mentioning earlier where you can use some wood as a lovely foreground element. Here, this piece of tree trunk looks just like an octopus crawling upon the beach around the rocks. So it's quite a nice display. If you come here to do some photography in the summer for sunset, because it's a beautiful sunset location, one of the drawbacks is you have to contend with fires from people having campfires down at the beach. So really your ideal time would not be the months of July and August when a lot of visitors are here and enjoying vacations.
So one of the really good things that the Moment lens actually does for you when you're putting it on your iPhone is when you've got sort of a layered long distance shot. So out in front of me here, there's a rock on the beach that's just beautifully lit. The sun's just come over the hill behind me. And then out in the distance, there's a lighthouse. And it's a very convenient, nice shot with the breakers of the water coming in. There's a lot of fill between this rock and the lighthouse out in the distance. So you can get quite a nice shot here, and then with your iPhone, you have to magnify it so much that the front rock will look a little bit out of focus. With the Moment lens, I can focus on this forward rock, and granted my lighthouse will be slightly fuzzy, but it'll look quite natural in these conditions. I should also mention that one other thing that's going on right now is that we have a lot of sea mist. So the distant lighthouse would look slightly out of focus regardless of how sharply it was focused. So I'm going to go ahead and take the shot, and I'm going to include a little bit of the light that's on the beach because I think it's quite lovely. The rock and then the lighthouse out in the distance. And recording some photos for your vacation. Think about drawing some titles in the sand and photographing those to add to your slideshows or however you want to put together your vacation photos. Here's a little example that I've done in the sand here. Ready, go. This brings to an end our very short but scenic view on Ruby Beach. Yes, we've enjoyed walking on the beach. It's got a nice collection of nice round flat rocks and also
We're here at low tide, so we got to walk on the nice wet sand.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and watching the breakers come in was really quite beautiful. And of course, there's just some gorgeous sea stacks along the beach.
We got here early, didn't have too many people on the beach with us this morning. We're getting ready to head up, and we can see a lot more people coming our way.
Yeah, it really is time to get going. It's actually maybe one of the tricks about traveling to places like this in the summertime is be here early or be here late.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this little video clip and gotten some ideas of some travel videos to do for yourself or photos.
Yes, we did, and we hope that if you enjoyed the video, you'll give us a thumbs up.
And if you'd like to see more of our videos on photography and travel in Red Rover, our van, then hit the subscribe button.
And as always, if you want to know when a new video is released, hit that little notification button.
And if you have any comments or suggestions or thoughts, we'd love to hear from you.
And we'll also put a link in the doobity-doos below on how to find the Moment lens.
Yes, we are not sponsored by Moment Lens. We're just sharing this information with you in case you want to make better use of your iPhone.
Yep, so that brings this vlog to an end. We hope you had a great time, and bye for now.
Bye for now.